Hi guys, welcome to the video. I'm Cal from TwpZen. I'm the CEO, the Digital Enforcement Officer. TwpZen, when mental health matters. So just why would you jump into an isolation tank, a flotation tank, more specifically to me, the Lazy Frog in Swansea? How, where, why, when? Wesley? Where's Wesley? No more W's, let's talk about the B's. The brain and the body, that's why. The brain and the body. So the brain, for me, I've never experienced anything like being in the isolation tank. And again, I do meditation, I do the Wim Hof breathing exercises, plus the reset breath, plus physical exercises, cold showers, all these other things. And I've not had an experience that's similar to what happened in the Lazy Frog, in that flotation tank. And I'm very, very passionate about getting that out there and getting normal people, normal working class people like myself to understand that why we should really be looking into taking care of our brain and body on a more direct level rather than just sharing Facebook memes or whatever, or just whinging. So I can do it, you can do it, trust me. And I filmed this video initially 3 years ago. So I started videoing this in 2019. I'm sitting here today in October 2022 finishing up the video while filming it. So yeah, if you think you're bad at procrastinating, trust me, I'm a little bit worse. But yeah, we're going to be breaking the video down into a couple of sections. So now I'm just going to explain, yeah, Lazy Frog, that's what we're talking about. Then I'm going to show you that video from 2019 of me going into the Lazy Frog. Just on one of the occasions I managed to actually film because I was super anxious. I'm still riddled with anxiety, unfortunately. Yeah, very vital part of my growth and me understanding a lot about myself. And when I went in, I had an experience, I'll tell you that now, it was amazing. I'll talk about that later. I'm going to show you that video now, have a little watch, and then I'll come back in the end and we'll explain what went on and hopefully break things down a little bit for you. Any questions, shoot me a message, do the normal stuff, and I'll see you at the end.
Okay, so I just woken up. It's terrible weather outside. It's my first day off in a long time, but I'm ready for my float. So I've been kind of isolated for like 2 months, kind of just by myself in my house, just only leaving really to go to work or to have a little quick skate, but not been taking care of myself and not been doing the things that I should be doing really. So I'm off to do my first of 3 or maybe 4 isolation tanks. So I'm gonna hopefully talk you through it, show you the venue and what it looks like inside, and then I'll do hopefully a video after and let you know all the ins and outs.
Alright, so I actually made it to the Lazy Frog, which is class because I was getting proper anxious, as you can tell by the bad footage, but anxious about something that was going to make me feel better. So again, the entire reason I was here, to fix my anxiety. Yeah, look, class inside, got your Himalayan salt rock lamps, greenery, surf-based items because we're close to the beach in Swansea. And then yeah, got the chill out area. I did a few rounds of Wim Hof method, breathing, a little bit of meditation just to silence that mental chatter, calm me down a bit. And then yeah, let's go into the float room and check it out.
Okay, so I'm in the Lazy Frog. This is my little room. Nice little picture. Got my shower. So you got all the information. Little tank. And this is the actual tank. Okay, so I just had a shower, got my earplugs. I'm going in for my float now, and here we go.
1 hour later.
So I've come out of the float feeling absolutely phenomenal. All my body aches and tension, it's just dropped from my body. I've just had this glow, feeling like a big fuzzy hug from life itself, that something in your soul, you know, is good for you, is right for you, and it's how you're supposed to feel in life.
Alright, yeah, so overall, really happy I went in. Feel on top of the world coming out of there. Physically, all my aches and pains just dropped. I feel content. The massage chair really helped as well. And yeah, really good session. Had a couple more that year. And now let's head to the desk for a full breakdown of what just went on. Alright, welcome to the desk. Yeah, had a great time. That was one of like maybe 4 I did in that space of a couple of months. Really enjoyed it. Thought I was going to keep coming back, and then just life life happened, which is an excuse for me just failing to motivate myself to go and do something that I really enjoy, which I'm sure a lot of you do the same. It's a very common problem. Lazy Frog, had a great time. The reason it's so good is because I get to switch off completely and feel like I'm floating in space, which is not something you get to feel in any other circumstance, unless, you know, we end up on, well, halfway to Mars with Elon one day and it all goes tits up. But if you wanted to do it safely, the water's 37 degrees, which is the same as skin temperature, so obviously you feel it straight away, you know, it's water splish splash. Eventually then you settle down and you become the same temperature, and then you stop feeling the water around you. And because you're on Epsom salts, you're floating pretty much, you know, just on the water, you know, not totally on top of the water, but, you know, slightly submerged, but you're floating is the point. Obviously you can touch the walls if you're starting to get anxious, and you will bump into them every now and then if you're floating about. So yeah, you're just losing all your senses. You obviously, your eyes are going to be closed, the lights are going to go off in there, music's playing, it's going to be 15 minutes, maybe not even that, 5 minutes maybe of music playing, then that'll simmer down into nothingness. Obviously the machine will turn off, so it's quiet. You've got your earplugs in as well, so it's muffled all sounds of outside. So you turn off all your senses. Obviously you can't smell anything really, it's just water, salty water. You can't feel anything, you can't see anything, you can't hear anything. And then the magic happens.
Potter.
Physically, your body's just relaxing. There's no pressure on it. It's not, even when you're lying down at night, you're lying on something, you know? It's still touch. And when you're sleeping, your body is very sensitive to lights and sounds and smells and touch, because it'll wake you up. It's DNA. It'll be like looking for, you know, if there's a predator around, you need to be alert or ready to, you know, get into action. So even when there's some light sneaking in through your curtains or whatever, that's why I've got blackout curtains. I'm just trying to like relax fully. Anyway, so my point is, when you're in the isolation tank, you don't feel any of these senses. It's a very strange feeling, and that's when the anxiety kicks in, and a lot of people will have that, like, oh, what else did I freak out? I freaked out a little bit, it's alright. But you talk to yourself, don't you? You're like, right, I'm here for a reason. Yeah, once you get past a little bit of anxiety of like, I'm floating, your body kind of switches off. And for me, not much vision, obviously your eyes are closed anyway, but it felt like everything just kind of switched off, and I wasn't aware of anything around here. It wasn't a worry to me anymore. Not that I was aware that I was worried about it, but I'm now aware that for some reason I was worried about it, and now that worry's gone, and I can just focus on what's going on inside. Now, there's no real way to explain what's going on until you actually do it, so you're probably going to overthink.
Oh, there's some kind of weird stuff going on.
No, it's just you, and you're finally at peace. It feels like you've just done a meditation, because you're losing all your senses for a second. What was I talking about? Buffering complete. So yeah, you're losing your senses, you start to focus in on yourself, and for me it was strange. The first time I went, I got 30-40 minutes of just like pure, just like, okay, I feel relaxed, but I was thinking too much. I was thinking, when's it gonna happen? When's the thing that I'm not aware of is gonna happen? And I was, you know, thinking the entire time, and I was relaxed, don't get me wrong, but if I'm thinking, then I'm not relaxed, you know what I mean? And then at the last like 5-10 minutes, my body just like switched off, and I was thrown into this like flashback, incredible hallucination-ish, because it was a memory, it's a core memory from my life. It was a memory for me, like a childhood school party, where I was like, parents, yeah, this is happening, and that's where my anxiety started. Or like, it was a signifier for like all those thoughts throughout my life of, oh, I'm just shy and all this. It was like, no, I just had the wrong people around me, unfortunately. Not by choice, you know, they're family. And it helped me understand a lot about myself within just 5 minutes of just like, it was kind of like you're half asleep and you're half not, because you're awake in your dream-ish.
It's a trap!
If that kind of makes sense. You gotta just experience it. But for me, it helped me understand a lot about myself in that 5 minutes. And then when I came out, I was like, oh my God, that was amazing. So I came back the next couple of weeks, and a lot quicker to switch off. Obviously, when I'm doing my Wim Hof method, breathing beforehand, and my meditation beforehand, then it calms me down. And that's what I did it the second time then. I got rid of that 35-40 minutes of thinking, because I'd already done my meditation and breathing, so the thinking was gone. So I was able to just switch off completely, and I just slept for the next 2 times. I didn't really have any crazy visualization stuff, but I slept, man. And in that like 45 minutes to an hour really of sleeping. It was like the best nap you'll ever have, because it felt like 2 weeks of sleeping. I came out just feeling things, you know, free of all the just tension that I didn't realize I was carrying. And, yeah, I feel lightened. My load, my burden was unburdened. Yeah, such a great feeling. But again, there's no way for me to accurately describe this with words. Words are not my friend anyway. But I hope you give it a go. I really do. And I'll be doing another video soon. Hopefully more confident, so I'm not taking just sneaky footage that's really crap, you know, around the Lazy Frog so no one sees me because I'm awkward.
I don't get filmed.
I know, I don't want someone to see me filming, even though this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So it's one of those things that I was anxious about the thing that's going to make me less anxious. And I'm anxious thinking about it again. It's crazy. Anxiety's about it, and it doesn't make any sense. And that's the whole entire point I'm trying to make with this Lazy Frog thing is stop thinking, turn your brain off, and just let your body take control. And your body knows what it needs. Your body always knows what it needs. It needs exercise, you know, water, you know, healthy food, and not so much poison every now and then. Yeah, there's loads of information. Hopefully scrolling past me now is some information that I put on my site from the Lazy Frog. And I'm going to build up the sensory deprivation float tank page of my website. Hopefully that's still running by the time you see this. Hopefully the site is still there, and I've not given up on it. It's taken me a year to finally, you know, start using it. I've paid the bloody 300 quid to host it, and now I've got to pay another 300 pound to host it, even though I'm not even publishing it. This is my point. I'm doing this for a higher purpose, and for me, so that I can remember what it's like to struggle through these kind of days, and remember that I'm not actually that scared. I'm just scared of starting something, and now I've started. You know, I'm feeling momentum again, and that's what Lazy Frog gave me, is that momentum to just keep going and doing what I'm doing. Obviously, lockdown happened in between then, so you know I'm going to use that as an excuse, but it's not really an excuse. It was just my poor motivation. So yeah, Lazy Frog, give it a go. Obviously, if you're watching this somewhere else other than Swansea, then maybe there's another flotation tank closer to you. If there is, get booked in. Don't think about it, just get booked in. If there's someone, you know, close to you, get them a gift card or something. Look it up. Joe Rogan bangs on about it all the time. I know he's taken some flack lately, but he does very difficult things. And whether you like him or not, you cannot deny that taking an ice bath every couple of days and a sauna and isolation tanks among all his exercise and stuff like that, he can take criticism, and that's probably why. Because he does all this hard work, and he's inspired me to do all this kind of stuff. I found the Lazy Frog through Joe Rogan. I know my dad has been banging on for years about them, just for like his back pain and stuff. But through Joe Rogan, he's been banging on about sensory deprivation, and yeah, and that led me to a really good decision in my life. So I hope you find the balls to try it. Any questions, shoot me a message, or shoot the actual professionals a message. Maybe that's a better idea. But you know, if you want someone to come hold your hand for a bit, maybe I'll come down. Obviously, before you get in the tank. When you're in the tank, you're on your own, my friend. And I think that's what I'm going to finish up with. Is that's something a lot of people do avoid, is being alone with their thoughts. And some people avoid it for their rest, for their entire lives, because it's scary. And as someone who spent most of their time alone over the last 6 years, like 90% of my time I spent alone. Some conversations you have with yourself are difficult, but they need to happen, You can't grow unless you get over the obstacles and hurdles that you have set yourself that are in your way. A lot of times you just got to remember that you can blame everyone. You can blame anything and everyone for all of your problems, but at the end of the day, who's helping you? Who's doing the hard work for you? Who's going to use you as a puppet and get you to do your push-ups, get you to do an isolation tank? At the end of the day, you've just got to realise that it's just you. It is just you. You can help yourself. No one else can do it for you. Magic antidepressants aren't going to help you. Cold showers aren't going to be the cure. Breathing exercises aren't going to be the cure. You've got to do all these things on top of the main focus, which is sit down and have a stern word with yourself. Jordan Peterson put it in a good quotation that I'll fail to remember accurately, but it was essentially sit down on your bed and ask yourself one question. What stupid thing am I doing that is messing up my future? I've got a lot of answers for that. I think you do too. And maybe the isolation tank is the way for you to finally get rid of all your distractions and have a conversation with yourself and start doing stuff for yourself. Alright, I've monologued for too long. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And again, the main part of this is motivation for me to do a new one and go back again and keep having fun, because again, it's great fun. I really love it, and it's not that expensive. If I can afford it, you know, I'm getting benefits and stuff, you know. You can afford it. 40 quid is nothing. You know, it's a couple of pints. Book yourself in. Alright, let me know how it goes, and I will see you in the future on the internet. Maybe in real life. Maybe I'll pop up behind a bush, who knows. Alright, Twp out. TwpZen. I'll catch you soon. Let me know thinking for you.
Bye, Floatation.